Hello and welcome. I'm Vincent Makori and this is Africa 54. First to Somalia. The country's prime minister has been voted out. Somalia's parliament cast a vote of no confidence on Monday to sack Abdi Farah Shirdon. He was appointed just last year. The vote comes after a row between the PM and President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud paralyzed the state and threatened the country's shaky recovery from war. Legislators said the dispute has been over the composition of a new cabinet. But some say there is more. Now, for more perspective, we are joined by Daud Msami of VOA's Somali service. Daud, welcome to Africa 54.
Thank you.
Now, first, we know that in the last 6 years, there have been 6 different prime ministers. What is the backstory here?
The backstory, many people put the blame on the constitution, which does not explain clearly the powers of the prime minister and the presidents. Whenever something in the political system arises, it's the president who is given the power to sack the prime minister or maybe to dissolve the government. But what has come out from this new constitution that Somalia is now applying is that the president can only appoint the prime minister but cannot sack him. So the only way to sack the prime minister is through the parliament. And there were some reports saying that there was some influence from the president and his allies to the parliament to make sure that the prime minister is sacked through the parliament, since the constitution does not allow the president to sack the president directly.
But why do they have to be sacked after serving such a short time? What is the story behind just the differences over the composition of the cabinet?
Since the collapse of the Somali government in 1991, there was a total mistrust and non-confidence among the Somalis themselves. So the first thing that many Somalis put in their mind is to build trust. And always there's mistrust among the Somali politicians, especially the president and the prime minister, given the fact that the power sharing in the country is based on clan. And normally the president and the prime minister come from different clans. There are some political issues, there are some clan issues. So all this combined together are making the country to be in a very problematic, and that something has to do with the constitution, and also the past history of the country is also making things very difficult.
Now, how is this likely to impact on any strategies for development and also for security of this nation?
Definitely, this is going to have an impact to the whole nation, because the country is in a process of building a trust among the Somalis. It is in fighting with Al-Shabaab. It is in a process of building the institutions. So when there is a kind of this kind of time wasting, now we know that about 2 or 3 months the government was in these loggerheads about the cabinet list and all these things. So this is going to impact or to affect the government, because even the next prime minister will not have that confidence and trust with the president. And the cabinet also that is coming will also behave the same. So there is a dark situation that's going to face the Somali government when the new prime minister even is appointed.
In very few seconds, are there people who think that this democracy, which seems to be working, might actually be becoming a problem to us, to Somalia?
That is the view of some people. They are claiming that the better way to avoid all these things is to have a system similar to that of Mohammed Siad Barre, the former military ruler who used to have all the powers. So they say that the best way is to make clear that the president has the power, the prime minister has the power, so that not to have this kind of confusion of the powers of the prime minister and the president coming together, or sometimes bringing some problems into the political situation of the country.
Okay, Daud, thank you very much. Daud Msami is a reporter with VOA's Somali service. Thanks a lot for being with us today.